tonight. Think the highway drive through Ottawa is bad now?
That's a little crazy. I mean, there's a lot of traffic right now, and it's taking a lot of time to get from point A to point B.
Wait for the weekend. Long delays anticipated with more construction closures. Empty promises.
The consumers can take their empties back to the beer store. The grocers will reimburse the beer store for those costs.
A new deal will ensure you have a spot to make your returns. And worth waiting for?
Everyone seems to be enjoying it, and there definitely has been some major crowds where I've been.
After a delay, the crowning jewel of the Byward Market Christmas festivities is now towering over tourists. But is it the biggest and the best? Good evening. Drivers who complain the Queensway is increasingly clogged are not going to be happy this weekend. Motorists are being warned to expect long delays on sections of Highway 417 as construction closes several lanes on Ottawa's busiest road. We want to take a live look at the Queensway right now. Starting at 9:30 on Friday night, you'll see the westbound lanes of the Queensway between the Vanier Parkway and Nicholas Street reduced down to one lane. This, coupled with other construction on the Queensway, could cause quite the slowdown. CTV's Tyler Fleming joins us live in studio with more on this. Tyler.
Quite the slowdown indeed, Patricia. The city says the lane reduction along with the closure of the Vanier on-ramp is required for water main work. Detours will be set up, but either way, expect a serious slowdown.
I'm gonna shop some materials for the renovation.
Mel Tahero made it to Canadian Tire, but crawling through this Coventry Road traffic jam was a job in of itself.
It's not the first time.
But it is for Albert Blacksmith.
From Waswanipi, way up north.
Here for Christmas shopping, only to be wrapped up in delays. And this weekend, expect more snarled traffic. Starting 9 p.m. Friday until Monday at 6 a.m., the westbound 417 between Vanier and Lees will be reduced to one lane. The Vanier on-ramp will also be closed as the city repairs a water main.
Oh boy. Now you have to go the other way around.
Marked detours will guide motorists to the westbound on-ramp at St. Laurent, but many say it's going to be a slow go.
That's a little crazy. I mean, there's a lot of traffic right now, and it's taking a lot of time to get from point A to point B.
Now, there could be some relief along the Queensway. The Lion Street and Parkdale westbound on-ramps open Friday. And by Sunday, the Bronson Avenue Queensway East exit does too.
Yeah.
Tahero, a Vanier resident, has already planned his weekend route.
We just go around in the neighboring street in the downtown.
Because when it comes to driving along the Queensway this weekend...
Probably no.
Probably a good choice. And construction continues to squeeze the westbound Queensway down to 3 lanes between Kent and Parkdale with no end date in sight. Patricia.
And probably not great biking weather either, so maybe hibernate on the couch this weekend if you can. Thanks for this, Tyler. No problem. CTV's Tyler Fleming reporting live for us tonight. You can scan the QR code on the bottom of your screen to link to us online or visit ctvnewsottawa.ca. We have more details on the Highway 417 lane closures this weekend. You can download that CTV News app right now. Just scan the QR code on your screen using your smartphone. Well, new Ontario legislation affecting how municipalities build bike lanes will likely see 3 projects in Ottawa halted. The Ontario government passed Bill 60 this week, which will prohibit municipalities from reducing the number of vehicle lanes to install bike lanes on a street. City staff say 3 projects in the 2026 capital budget may not be able to proceed, including extending the O'Connor Street bike lane from Laurier Avenue to Wellington Street. Other projects potentially affected include improvement on St. Joseph Boulevard and the Albert and Slater Streets Improvement Project. Well, even if you no longer regularly buy beer from the beer store, you may still be making a trip to return your empties. Grocers and the beer store have reached an agreement in principle on alcohol container recycling, as some grocery stores say they would refuse to accept empties. CTV's Kimberly Fowler is following this story for us tonight and joins us live. Kimberly?
Well, Patricia, right now most grocery stores and convenience stores do not accept empties. And as of January 1st, grocery stores that were larger than 4,000 feet would have been required to accept returns and deposits to keep their license to sell liquor. But now it appears they won't have to. Now, full details of this deal are still being ironed out, but the Canadian Press reports that the agreement would see consumers continue to take their empty bottles for deposits at beer store locations, but now grocery stores will cover the cost of the program. The Canadian Federation of Independent Grocers says this is good news for both consumers and businesses.
When they became aware of this requirement, indicated that on January 1st they would be out of the business, they would be exiting. So this new option provides us with an alternative, which is that consumers can take their empties back to the beer store. The grocers will reimburse the beer store for those costs, so this is definitely a win-win. It's a win for the consumer, it's a win for the grocers.
Well, the beer store has closed dozens of locations across Ontario this year, and they will be allowed to close an unlimited number of locations as of January 1st. But as part of this deal, the beer store will ensure that there will be locations open for consumers to bring their empties within 10 kilometers of where the vast majority of the population lives. So we don't know what the total cost of this new recycling deal will be for grocers just yet. It's unclear if they will pass all or some of the cost to the consumers, and it's also unclear how the deal will affect the future of beer store locations. Patricia.
All right, interesting stuff. CTV's Kimberly Fowler live for us tonight. Thank you. Well, there is a new can't-miss landmark in the Byward Market for the holiday season. It's being declared Ottawa's tallest Christmas tree, but is it really? CTV's Dylan Dyson went to see how it measures up. Dylan?
Yeah, Patricia, you may recall last week that the Byward Market held its official Christmas tree lighting ceremony with a stand-in tree, while this tree behind me was in transit. That smaller tree at just 25 feet tall has now been moved to the back of the market square. This one, as you can see, is much bigger. For Natalie Martel, a Christmas tree this big is picture-worthy.
Me and my son, who lives in France, get together at Christmas time and we visit Christmas markets, and we usually end up being in awe of some gigantic Christmas tree. So last Thursday at the illumination of this tree, I came by, and although it was nice, I was a little underwhelmed.
That tree was a stand-in until this one was ready. But this tree...
It's big. It's pretty big.
The Byward Market District Authority says its new Christmas tree is the tallest in the city.
This tree is 48 feet. I hear that the base in diameter is about 20 feet. And we know that we have a number of large trees in the city. The Rideau Centre, that one's quite tall. I don't know the height of that. But I believe this one is taller than the one at Lansdowne.
I was at the Lansdowne lighting, and I think this one is, yeah, it's taller.
And they would be right. The tree in front of the Aberdeen Pavilion at the Ottawa Christmas Market comes in at 40 feet. And while it may have the most decorations, the tree inside the Rideau Centre measures a mere 36 feet tall.
It's going to be fabulous. I love Christmas, and seeing a Christmas tree, especially that big, wow.
With the city's tallest tree going up and Christmas markets already in full swing before December, it seems Ottawa is officially in the holiday spirit.
From the outside looking in, as a spectator, it looks to me like it's been very well received. We don't have any data specifically, but everyone seems to be enjoying it, and there definitely has been some major crowds where I've been.
Already there's a star up top, so I'm excited.
Now, the Byward Market plans to reuse this artificial 48-foot Christmas tree in the years moving forward. A laser light show involving the tree can be seen every night at 5:30 and 7:30 until New Year's Day. Patricia.
Kind of a fan of the charming little Charlie Brown trees, but that actually looks really good behind you there, Dylan. Good stuff. Thank you.
Still ahead, boosting the build for the new Ottawa Hospital Civic campus, a major donation from the family behind Richcraft Homes. That story coming up.
Here's a live look now through our Centennial Glass sky cam. It is 1 degree out there right now. It stayed on the plus side all day, but that will not necessarily be the case for the next few days. We have a chance of flurries this evening and into your Friday as well. We have cooler temperatures on Saturday, but we will see sunshine in your forecast, so that will be a beautiful day. At 8 o'clock tonight, you'll see 1 degree. You'll wake up to -2. We have a pretty good chance of showers or flurries through the day tomorrow. We'll stick around at -2 until we maybe warm it up a degree for you in the afternoon at -1. by 4 o'clock. Right now, on the plus side, at 1 degree. We could see those showers or flurries later this evening as well. Well, one day after Ottawa City Council directed staff to proceed with a bid to purchase a private landfill, we are learning a separate waste facility in the East End is looking to expand. The Navan landfill is located at 3354 Navan Road in Ottawa's East End, 20 kilometres from the new Capital Region Recovery Resource Centre on Boundary Road, which is the landfill the city is bidding to purchase. CTV's Caitlin Wilson made a trip to Navan today, joins us now live. Caitlin?
Yeah, Patricia, right now the operator Waste Connections of Canada is working on what's called a Terms of Reference. It's a starter document that sets the scope for the full provincial environmental assessment, the first step towards any expansion, but the proposal is already facing opposition. Much of that opposition centers on a 2007 agreement, a deal residents believed meant the company would not seek any further expansion beyond the previous approval. Waste Connections has begun the process to add 3 to 4 million cubic meters of new waste capacity, the equivalent of 12 to 1,600 Olympic-sized swimming pools. Councillor Catherine Kitt says many residents feel blindsided after believing the landfill was nearing the end of its life and would be decommissioned within the next few years.
My focus right now is looking into the standing of that agreement, whether it has legal standing, because obviously the community is feeling like, you know, they've been misled, and that they thought that they had an agreement in place and that this dump would be winding down.
And it's important to note this is a provincially led process. The city does not control or approve the expansion application. Residents are invited to the first public open house on December 11th to learn more and share feedback. Patricia?
All right, CTV's Caitlin Wilson live for us tonight. Thank you. Well, the federal government and Alberta have signed a major energy cooperation agreement that could ultimately pave the way for a new oil pipeline from Alberta to the BC coast.
There needs to be full partnership, including equity ownership, substantial economic benefits with First Nations in Alberta, First Nations in British Columbia, as well as agreement and substantial economic benefits for the people of British Columbia.
Prime Minister Mark Carney and Alberta Premier Danielle Smith signed the Memorandum of Understanding in Calgary, aimed at strengthening cooperation on major infrastructure projects. As part of the agreement, Alberta has agreed to sign an industrial carbon pricing agreement aimed at lowering methane emissions. In turn, the federal government has agreed not to implement an oil and gas emissions cap. Well, 2 members of the West Virginia National Guard remain in critical condition after a terrifying shooting in Washington, just blocks from the White House.
A lone gunman opened fire without provocation, ambush style, armed with a .357 Smith & Wesson revolver. One guardsman is struck, goes down, and then the shooter leans over and strikes the guardsman again. Another guardsman is struck several times.
The 2 National Guard members have gone through surgery. They had only been on the job less than 24 hours, according to officials. The suspect has been identified as 29-year-old Afghan national who came to the U.S. in 2021, shortly after the withdrawal of Western forces from Afghanistan. He was a resident of Washington State. Well, Premier Doug Ford is dismissing complaints by officials here in Ottawa and in Toronto about the size of the new school zone signs meant to replace photo radar cameras.
When they told me this, I broke out laughing. I was at the city, so let's get this straight. All the other municipalities is no problem, but sure enough, it's Toronto again, and Ottawa. They can't put up a big sign. Like, do I have to go there and show them how to put up a big sign? Like, I was there for 4 years. They put up big signs. They put up big signs everywhere. I think it's just another excuse.
On Wednesday, the city said the signs provided by the Ontario government are too big to be mounted on the city's standard posts. In Ottawa, all street signs must be bilingual. Ontario is requiring municipalities to install the signs after banning photo radar cameras 2 weeks ago. Well, 15 people will be inducted into the Order of Ottawa tonight, including former Mayor Jim Watson. The Order of Ottawa celebrates exceptional citizens who make significant contributions to the community. Watson was Ottawa's longest-serving mayor, serving from 1997 to 2000 and again from 2010 to 2022. He oversaw the launch of Stage 1 of the O Train, which experienced numerous problems in its 2 years of operation. Tonight's ceremony begins at 7 p.m. at Ottawa City Hall. A new early warning system for earthquakes in eastern Ontario and Quebec is now in effect. The federal government announced today the earthquake early warning system is operational. The system detects earthquakes using a network of over 200 sensors and will issue an alert through the National Public Alerting System if a potentially harmful earthquake is detected. Officials say the seconds of warning will give you the opportunity to protect yourself and follow the drop, cover, and hold on protocol. Well, as we head into the winter months, Environment Canada has introduced a new color-coded weather alert system. Yellow will indicate hazardous weather, which may cause damage and impact health. Orange signals severe weather, causing significant damage and health impacts. And red warns of very dangerous and possibly life-threatening weather with potential for extreme damage. The new system is similar to those used in Europe. The Ottawa Hospital has received a multi-million-dollar gift to help build its new Civic campus. The donation from the founder of Richcraft Homes comes as stage 1 of the project nears completion. CTV's Natalie Van Roy reports.
A $20 million check from the founder of Richcraft Homes presented to the Ottawa Hospital Foundation.
Our plan is to
a gift to help the hospital meet its target for construction costs for the new Civic campus.
Pivotal in a number of ways, but I think one, it's to our research, our innovation, and the hope and care that we'll be able to provide for our patients of today and into the future.
The single family making one of the largest healthcare donations in the city's history.
My Nani and Nana have instilled in our family the importance of generosity, not just through words, but through actions. Being here in person allows me to fully appreciate what this moment signifies for both our community and our family.
Construction continues at the facility. The hospital was slated to open in 2029, but the hospital says now its opening date still to be determined.
We actually don't have the final date for that. We're looking towards that once we complete our design, we'll be able to give a more accurate date as to when we would be targeting the hospital to open.
A building at the new campus on Carling Avenue will be named after the single family. The first stage of the project, the parking garage, is set to open next spring. The Ottawa Hospital Foundation still fundraising, aiming to raise $500 million for the project. This donation bringing it to 79% of its goal.
That was the first element of the site because our construction workers need a place to park. And we're just at the final design phase working with our partners.
A number of doctors sharing personal anecdotes and stories after the generous donation. Natalie Van Roy, CTV News.
The concept behind the Christmas Village is to have a lot of activities, especially for the young families.
Well, coming up, a new winter tradition is beginning to take shape in Gatineau for next year. And here's a live look through our Centennial Glass sky cam. 1 degree out there in the capital. Beautiful evening in Ottawa. We'll be back in just a moment.
'Tis the season to lend a helping hand, Ottawa.
Join us for the CTV Your Morning Ottawa Food Drive on Friday, December 12th. We're teaming up with the Ottawa Food Bank to help our neighbors this holiday season.
Drop off your non-perishable food items at 87 George Street or make a monetary donation, allowing the Ottawa Food Bank to buy what's needed most when it's needed. CTV Your Morning Ottawa Food Drive, December 12th, proudly sponsored by Doyle Saluski.
At the New Oak Tree with Cayman, and there's hardly anyone around. What's going on?
That's right. We are closed all today because we are busy marking select showroom pieces 50% off.
50% off, and for how long?
Just 3 days, Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
And you've never done this before?
No, this is unprecedented. We're liquidating showroom pieces to reinvigorate the store for 2026.
I love that. Get in here or any of the 3 locations or thenewoaktree.com.
Our popular Team of the Week segment is back. If you want to be a part of our Myers Automotive Group Team of the Week, upload your video to ctvnewsottawa.ca. Well, as you make your plans for this Christmas, officials in Gatineau want you to start looking ahead to next Christmas. A multi-million-dollar investment announced today will help create the first ever Christmas Village in Gatineau, a winter experience set to open in 2026. CTV's Dave Charbonneau reports.
Together, we will make Gatineau and the museum a must-see and a must-visited winter destination.
It's a new Christmas attraction in the National Capital Region. A new Christmas Village will be set up at the Canadian Museum of History in Gatineau.
The concept behind the Christmas Village is to have a lot of activities, especially for the young families.
The village will feature an outdoor cinema, a miniature train, a cookie factory, and a hot chocolate station.
The masterpiece is an artificial 92-foot Christmas tree where you can go inside with a hot chocolate factory. Probably room for 50 to 70 people inside over there.
These images are AI-generated conceptual renderings of what the village could look like.
It's hard not to get excited about a collaboration like this that not only brings creativity, but it just brings magic.
Admission is free for kids, and organizers say the fee for adults will be less than $20.
It'll be an amazing opportunity for us to really, take advantage of winter. I mean, there's always a lot to do in this region outside in the summer and the fall. But as we heard earlier this morning, it's really also about enjoying our wonderful season, which is winter, and this is yet another way of doing that.
The federal and Quebec governments are funding the new Christmas attraction at a cost of an estimated $2 million.
Ottawa Tourism is really proud to support this event because that will give us a lot of economic impact in our city, in our region, for our local economy, our local business.
Organizers expect more than 40,000 visitors when the village opens in December 2026. Dave Charbonneau, CTV News.
Ottawa got a break from the rain today, but some areas did see flurries this afternoon. It was a cloudy, gray afternoon along the Ottawa River. Mild, though. You can expect colder daytime highs over the next couple of days. As we take a look at your full forecast, indeed, today's high was the warmest that we have in the forecast over the next 6-7 days, so hope you enjoyed that. As we take a look at what's moving through, it's about a 60% chance of some flurries into the overnight. And it is going to be colder in Ottawa tonight as well. There's some winds gusting 20 to 40 kilometers an hour. So that balmy feel from today is going to disappear overnight, and a colder day tomorrow than what we saw today as well. As we take a look at what's happening across the country, 6 degrees in St. John's, 5 in Centertown. Charlottetown, let's try, and in Halifax as well. Centertown probably saw very similar weather to what we're seeing right here in the Byward Market, I would imagine. The cooler temperatures into Ontario and Quebec for the most part, 0 in Windsor, so not bad there. And then we're seeing a lot of negative stuff on the board as we get into the prairies. -5 in Winnipeg, -9 in Regina and in Edmonton. Calgary a touch warmer at -7. +8 in Vancouver. Beautiful day there with a mix of sun and cloud. You're seeing those colder temperatures, of course, up in the north. As we take a look at our overnight lows tonight, so from a daytime high of about 3 to 3 on the flip side, -3 overnight. And again, it will be windy. It will be fairly cool, so it'll feel colder than -3. With the wind, probably feel more like -8 in Ottawa, according to Environment Canada. You'll see -2, -3 along the Seaway in Kingston and in Trenton to the west of us. Pembroke will get -4, -5 overnight in Bancroft, a little bit milder. To the east, Montreal just -1 overnight tonight, -4 in Gatineau, -3 in Kemptville, -4 in Petawawa, -3 in Maniwaki, and I'm guessing -3 in Centertown. As we take a look at your highs tomorrow, so again, not warming up a whole bunch, staying in negative territory here in Ottawa. -1 is our anticipated daytime high. Right along the Seaway, they're going to see those zeros. We know there's a lot of snow on the way further to the west of us in the Great Lakes region. They're looking at snow squalls, getting some orange alerts in that new advisory system. But for the most part, that is going to pass by us right here in the capital. -3 in Maniwaki tomorrow, -2 in Petawawa. Gatineau will see -1. Your 7-day forecast is brought to you by Davidson Hearing Aid Centers. Visit their website to nominate someone to win the gift of hearing. Okay, so here's how it looks over the next 7 days. -1 tomorrow for your Friday. Then we see that sunshine in the forecast for Saturday. So while it will still be cold, it will look beautiful out there. But take a look at those overnight lows. You're seeing those start to dip down. Saturday, -5 overnight. Sunday, right down to -10, and a little bit of a rebound in the daytime, but some colder stuff in there. Don't look ahead to Thursday and the overnight low there, because that really looks like winter.
That's all right. That's okay. You don't feel important, honey. All I got to say is to the world.
Country music star Brad Paisley is coming to Ottawa. He's bringing his Truck Still Works World Tour to the Canadian Tire Centre on December 13th. And we want to send you to the show. Thanks to our friends at Pure Country 94, you have a chance to win tickets. Plus, one viewer will win the grand prize of best seats in the house, a pair of tickets in the first 10 rows. Scan the QR code on your screen to head over to ctvottawa.ca and enter for your chance to win. Good luck.
Pinto cuts in, takes his time, he scores! Shane Pinto!
Nothing but good luck for the Sens in Vegas as they leave there as winners, their second win of all time in Las Vegas, and it's been a while as their 2-week road trip continues.
Tonight, a new pipeline pact between Ottawa and Alberta.
This is Alberta's moment of opportunity.
We need to make sure that this project doesn't become an energy vampire.
Will it ever be built? And who just quit the federal cabinet? Later on CTV National News after the NFL game.
The Bayshore team is thrilled to be working with Toy Mountain again this year. Please bring your new unwrapped toys to the first level just past the Apple Store. Bayshore and Toy Mountain helping families this holiday season.
Well, in tonight's big picture, it's a Thanksgiving tradition like football and turkey. Heavy traffic to kick off the U.S. Thanksgiving weekend in Los Angeles. As we take a look here, yeah, can you imagine? This was the scene on the 5 freeway a little after 5 p.m. last night as travelers hit the road for Thanksgiving. And it's not just the roads that are busy. An estimated 18 million people expected to fly across the United States this week. Don't put me down for being in that traffic jam. Well, now some other stories you need to know right now, starting with the Senators leaving Las Vegas as winners.
Pinto cuts in, takes his time, he scores! Shane Pinto!
Beating the house indeed, Shane Pinto with the shootout winning goal as the Senators beat the Golden Knights 4-3 last night. Pinto also had a goal early in the game for the Senators. Ottawa is now off to St. Louis for a game tomorrow against the Blues and will welcome back captain Brady Tkachuk from the injured list.
Now paper towel, Jenner to Hughes. Back to the captain, walks in, shoots and scores!
The Ottawa Charge picked up their first win of the season with a 5-1 victory over the Vancouver Golden Knights at the arena at TD Place. Captain Brienne Jenner led the way with 2 goals and 2 assists on the night. The Charge hosts Minnesota Tuesday night. Travelers will have a new option to stay in Ottawa in the new year. The new Alt Hotel at the Ottawa Airport is set to open in early 2026. The 179-room hotel, operated by Germain Hotels, will be connected to the airport terminal with an indoor skywalk. Well, Colonel By Secondary School is the top school in Ottawa, according to a new survey. The Fraser Institute ranked 747 high schools across Ontario based on 7 indicators from provincial test results. Colonel By ranked 23rd in Ottawa with a score of 8.9 out of 10. Earl of March ranked 39th, followed by West Carleton and Nepean High Schools. And OC Transpo will ring in 2026 with free transit. The transit service announcing service will be free on the O-Trains, buses, and Paratranspo after 6 p.m. on December 31st. Bus service will operate on a reduced weekday schedule with additional resources available to supplement busy routes. The O-Train Line 1 will run on a reduced Friday schedule with service until 2 a.m. Well, coming up, Ottawa's Medical Officer of Health is here to answer common questions about your kids during cold and flu season.
You're watching CTV News with Patricia Boal.
Carlingwood Shopping Centre is thrilled to once again be working with Toy Mountain to help collect toys for families across the Ottawa region. You can drop off unwrapped toys by entrance number 4 here at Carlingwood Shopping Centre. Carlingwood Shopping Centre and Toy Mountain, helping families this holiday season.
Get the latest live local breaking news. Sign up now for our morning and evening CTV News Ottawa newsletter. The best local content from CTV News, Your Morning Ottawa, and News Talk 580 CFRA. Get it all in one place. Sign up now at ctvnewsottawa.ca. The CTV News Ottawa newsletter is brought to you in part by CAA Business.
CTV Ottawa is your home for local news.
Katie Griffin, CTV News in the Byward Market.
Centertown.
Canada.
Stittsville. Bringing you local stories that matter the most to you.
Kimberly Fowler in Westboro.
Orleans. Barhaven.
From every corner of the community. In the Glebe. Manotick.
Merrickville.
Brockville. From the team you trust, we are CTV News Ottawa.
Live, local, breaking news. CTV News Ottawa.
The Bell Media Building is looking good, lit up this year thanks to our friends at Christmas Decor from Nutrilon. Well, approaching the holiday season, getting together with family and friends, it's important to stay healthy. Of course, many parents have sent questions about their kids to Ottawa Public Health, asking about vaccines, viruses in schools, whether it's necessary to go to the emergency room, all of that. This is the time of year when infections, of course, are common in classrooms. Advice for parents on how best to prepare and deal with that. Dr. Trevor Arneson is Ottawa's Medical Officer of Health and joins me now, as he does on a regular basis here. Yes, it's something as a parent you're dealing with on a constant basis, and they are sending in these questions. When should we keep kids home from school?
Very common question. Not the easiest always to answer. There's a bit of judgment involved, but the hard and fast rule that we have is if someone has a fever that's 38 degrees Celsius and above temperature, they shouldn't be going to school for 24 hours until that fever resolves. And then similarly with vomiting, diarrhea, those types of symptoms, we want to keep those kids out of school for school and daycare for 48 hours after symptoms resolve. Other than that, it's really a judgment call on how bad they feel. And I want to flag that often people are getting ill, and that's the time when they can transmit. And so it's not always a good idea to push it to see if you can make it. If you really feel like you're getting ill, it's best to try to avoid school or work.
We always had that 24 to 48 hour for the throwing up, the vomiting with kids. And I had one with motion sickness. He'd be sick on the bus. They'd say, you got to come get him. But then he was totally fine. So he got a day off school. All right. Also, what parents are asking right now, is it too late to get my child vaccinated, to get the flu shot now that we're almost into December?
So definitely not too late, but it is the time to get vaccinated for flu. The vaccine usually takes about 2 weeks to reach its full effectiveness, and we really want people to be protected heading into that holiday season when they might be visiting with more friends and relatives. That's where we see a lot of the flu activity tick up. Also, it's important to know that children sometimes are more impacted by influenza B, which can often come a little bit later in the season. So it's definitely not too late. There's still time, but the time is now.
They continue to offer the vaccine up until when? Usually, well.
So
into
usually
the new year.
we offer the vaccine beyond the new year, but really the effectiveness is best if it's done now.
Okay.
In December.
I want to ask you a little bit about outbreaks. We saw a post from a school bus driver today who said that there was an outbreak at the school where he drives, and that kids were sick, teachers were sick, and then an email was sent out. He didn't see it and was upset that didn't have a chance to protect themselves. Outbreak can mean different things depending on what it is. How does the Ottawa Public Health look after outbreaks, ensure that in daycares and schools everyone is okay?
So it depends a bit on the illness. When we talk about respiratory outbreaks and respiratory season, these are outbreaks that are happening across the community. So in a sense, all of Ottawa is in a bit of an outbreak of different respiratory illnesses, and that's why we see it cluster around certain schools and daycares. Really, Ottawa Public Health's role is preparing those daycares and schools to have the protocols in place to manage that, and infection prevention and control practices to prevent the spread of infection. If we have a specific disease of public health significance, like measles, for instance, we have specific protocols for response. And similarly, if it's a gastrointestinal outbreak, sometimes there's more involvement with our public health inspectors. We want to make sure that food is safe, especially in daycare settings. We have a role in that. But generally at this time when we're hearing a lot of illness in these school settings, it's general precautions that we're taking in the schools and daycares and outside in the community.
Out of time, but schools and daycares report to you, I guess, on this. They let you know what's happening.
So there is mandatory reporting. We do track it, and if you go to our website, there is information about outbreaks and where they're occurring.
Dr. Arneson, thank you very much, as always.
Thanks.
Dr. Trevor Arneson, Ottawa's Medical Officer of Health, joins us here regularly, and you can get more online. Just scan the QR code on the bottom of your screen or visit CTV News Ottawa.
Fraudsters and hackers are able to gain access to it. They essentially have access to your entire life, all your transactions, and all of your data.
Well, coming up, tips to avoid a Black Friday scam that could drain your bank account.
The magic of the holidays is here, and this year the need is greater than ever.
Let's ensure every child in our community feels the joy with CTV and Move 100's Toy Mountain.
Together with the Salvation Army, we can help spread cheer and make a child's wish come true.
Drop off any new unwrapped toy to the designated drop-off locations or make a monetary donation online.
For all the details, visit toymountain.ca, presented by Donnelly Automotive Group.
CTV and TSN 1200 want you to be the Myers Automotive Group Team of the Week. Your team could win $1,000 for new equipment, tournament fees, or an incredible team party.
Shoot us a quick video, upload it at ctvottawa.ca. Whether it's hockey, ringette, choir, band, or any team in between. Each week, the winning team will join us live in studio at CTV Ottawa at 6 to claim their prize.
Enter today for your chance to be Myers Automotive Group Team of the Week.
At the New Oak Tree, working hard. Cayman, why are you closed today?
So we're closed all today because we are busy marking down select floor room pieces for our special 3-day event only. So sets like these beautiful leather chairs are 50% off. That's why you're to work.
You can't believe how soft this leather is, and it's 3 days only. 3 locations, thenewoaktree.com. Is this number right?
Yeah, and get back to marking things down, please.
Yeah, sorry about that.
iHeartRadio Weekenders is powered by Barhaven Ford, Ottawa's newest and largest Ford store, and Eastern Ontario's Ford EV leader.
Last weekend in November, time now to check in with our iHeartRadio Weekender, Tanea Taylor. Tanea.
Another Christmas-filled weekend is upon us, kicking it off with Santa's Parade of Lights in Orleans on St. Joseph Boulevard on Saturday. Gets underway at 6 p.m. and it's in support of CTV and Move 100's Toy Mountain campaign. New unwrapped toys will be collected along the parade route, and you'll also have the option to make tap or cash monetary donations. Next on the list is the Black Bears home opener. Get ready to get your claws up. It all starts at 7 p.m. Saturday at Canadian Tire Centre. Black Bears fans are invited to experience a very high-energy night of lacrosse as they kick off their 2nd season. Still a few tickets available, but make sure you grab yours before they sell out. And if you haven't been to a Black Bears game, trust me, you have to check one out. And last on the list today is the Carp Farmers Christmas Market. This is a 2-day market that showcases over 70 local vendors, plus live music and even visits from Santa. Great one to help you get on top of that holiday shopping or just to browse with a friend or the family. Lots more happening around the capital this weekend. For the full list and all the details, check ctvottawa.ca/weekenders. For the iHeartRadio Weekenders, I'm Tanea Taylor. Have a great one.
iHeartRadio Weekenders is powered by Barhaven Ford, Ottawa's newest and largest Ford store, and Eastern Ontario's Ford EV leader.
Well, U.S. markets are closed today for American Thanksgiving. In Canada, commodity stocks did well, benefiting from new support from the federal government. BNN Bloomberg's Morella Fernandez has more on that.
Key Canadian steel and lumber stocks did well today after the Prime Minister's announcement. Shares of steelmaker Algoma got a 4% bump. The boost comes a day after the Prime Minister announced added assistance for the steel industry. It's been dragged down by American duties. Ottawa will now tariff steel derivative products coming into the country and limit imports of steel. Interfor shares gained over 3% today. It's a lumber products company. Ottawa has added more financial help for that sector as well. Here are the closing numbers for the day. The Canadian dollar is down slightly to 71.27. West Texas Intermediate crude is up to 59.10. Western Canadian Select is up to 45.96. And the TSX gained 16 points today, but enough for another record close at 31,196. Those are your business headlines. I'm Morella Fernandez.
Well, many people will be doing some Christmas and holiday shopping in the days ahead, hoping to find some Black Friday deals. Be careful, though, if you get a call from someone claiming there are false charges on your credit card. It's likely a scam designed to drain your bank account. Here's CTV's Pat Foran.
It was a phone call out of the blue from someone claiming to be from Amazon. They said there was a charge on my credit card for a new iPhone.
Your transaction page. Press 1 now to report this transaction, or 2 to authorize this order.
Thank
for reaching out to Amazon. How can I help you?
Oh, hi. I just got a call that said there's a problem with a credit card and an Amazon order.
Yes, sir. There is a purchase for iPhone 13, which cost you $749. So is that you who made that purchase?
No, I didn't do that. I didn't make that purchase.
Okay, so I believe that you like to cancel the charges.
Yeah, I want to cancel the charges. I didn't buy that phone.
Okay, now I just want you to look for the application name App Store over there, sir. APP App S-T-O-R-E. App Store.
You want me to go to the App Store?
Yes, open the App Store, sir.
The scammer wanted me to download an app that would allow them to take over my phone. They would have remote access to my banking, email, and basically everything on my phone.
What the hackers and the fraudsters are trying to do is to get you to download an app from the App Store that allows for remote desktop connections.
I strung the scammer along as she tried to get me to download the application. Okay, I got it open.
Tap on it and tell me what do you see on their screen.
Okay, but will that let you take over my phone?
It's an official application from where you will get connected to the Amazon security server. Once you will get connected to the server, you can cancel the charge as well as secure all the information, all right?
Well, can't you cancel it without me doing that? Eventually, she grew frustrated that I wouldn't download the app, and she hung up. Ritesh Kotek says if a scammer uses an app to gain control of your phone, they have access to everything on it.
And if fraudsters and hackers are able to gain access to it, they essentially have access to your entire life, all your transactions, and all of your data.
If you get a suspicious phone call like this, hang up and never download apps that grant access to your phone. Pat Foran, CTV News.
And I can't think of a better moment to ask Danny.
Well, coming up, big cheers off the ice for an Ottawa couple at the Ottawa Charge game. And here's a live look now through our Centennial Glass Skycam. 1 degree out there in the capital, but it will be falling throughout the night. We'll be back to wrap the show in just a moment.
Tomorrow on CTV Your Morning Ottawa, a restaurant in Carleton Place has been named one of Canada's best restaurants. We introduce you to the Black Tartan Kitchen. Wake up the right way with Your Morning Ottawa.
Hairstyles, courtesy of Salon Fiorella.
Well, here's a recap of the top stories we are following right now.
That's a little crazy. I mean, there's a lot of traffic right now, and it's taken a lot of time to get from point A to point B.
Well, if you're driving around the city this weekend, expect more traffic and long delays on Highway 417 starting tomorrow night, lasting all through the weekend. Lane reductions and a ramp closure are in the mix, and it will have an impact.
The food safety issues were and cross-contamination risks were too great for us.
Ontario grocers and the beer store have an agreement in principle to ensure you have a place to bring back your empties in the new year.
This tree is 48 feet. I hear that the base in diameter is about 20 feet.
And oh, Christmas tree, Ottawa's largest Christmas tree, is now aglow in the Byward Market, standing 48 feet tall. Saw it going up there this morning. As we take a look at your weather forecast heading into another weekend of all things Christmassy, -2 is what you're going to wake up to. It is going to cool down significantly overnight. You'll see some wind. That'll be down to about 15 kilometers an hour out of the west tomorrow morning. And it will warm up just a touch, just a nudge to -1 tomorrow. Stick at that temperature into Saturday, but better in terms of conditions. Lots of sunshine. Gets colder Sunday night with a chance of flurries on your Sunday and that low of -10 overnight, a mix of sun and cloud, -3 on your Monday. Well, time now to check in to see what our news team will be working on tonight. Kimberly Fowler is here.
Well, Patricia, we have the Order of Ottawa ceremony that's happening over at City Hall. Our Sean Varden is there right now. We'll have a recap, and he'll be speaking with some of the inductees, including former Mayor Jim Watson. And more on this story. About 1 in 5 Canadians suffer from chronic pain, and the economic burden has a cost of upwards of $40 billion for Canadians. We'll have more and a newer therapy to treat pain that works without drugs. And you can get the news anytime, anywhere at ctvnewsottawa.ca. Join me tonight for CTV News at 11:30.
All right, good stuff. Will do. And finally for us tonight, it was a great night for Ottawa hockey teams last night in Vegas and at home. But the biggest moment of the Ottawa Charge's first win of the season actually occurred off the ice.
And I can't think of a better moment to ask Danny.
Season ticket members Danny and Teresa got engaged during the Chargers game last night at TD Place. I heard the build up to this was pretty good. I'm not sure exactly what was happening right before, but what a great moment. The crowd getting very excited about that.
It's been all over social media, and it's just, look at all those fans too, like how happy they are. I don't know, like those big public engagements, I love them. I don't know if I'd want that for myself,
yeah,
but I love them.
You love them for someone else. Yeah, exactly. Because I'm sure they're very happy, and they look genuinely happy and excited, but would you not have to say yes? Either way.
You'd have to.
And then you take it back later if you need to.
And they got to win as well. So
yeah, so certainly a big win-win. And congratulations. Very, very happy for the two of you and for the Charge and the Sens last night in Vegas.